Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. We've had a cracker of a game today. The second innings, it was as if we thought KKR were easily winning this one at one point. Then this brilliant partnership between the two people, Bresto and Pandey, got them into the game. But in the end, KKR held their nerve and won the match by 10 runs. What do you have to say about that, Salil?
Yes, absolutely. It was. It could have been a really close finish. It went on to the last ball, and KKR won by 10 runs. I think it was an excellent bowling performance by all the KKR bowlers, with their most of their bowlers having economies of eight, less than 9 runs and over. So I think they've stuck to a plan, and SRH have lost a good opportunity. I think they would have had a window to win. Probably towards the end, maybe a little bit of batting shuffling of could have made the difference.
The start was a bit shaky. I felt because David Warner is a very important batsman in the context of a chase, and in any circumstance, David Warner is the key man, and you need him to bat at least the first 10 overs or at least the power play, so he can lay a platform for the lower order batsmen or people like Abdul Samad and Vijay Shankar to finish the game pretty easily.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that. I think the top order or the top two batsmen of Hyderabad were the reason that they went cheaply, and they were not able to capitalize. And although being dropped by Pat Cummins in the first over, which Harbhajan I
Hmm.
think bowled brilliantly, he was not
Yes.
able to. He got out in the second over, and Ridhiman Saha also on the other end. I think he played a very loose shot. It was a very lazy shot to play, and he dragged the ball onto the stumps. And they were 2 wickets for 10 runs, and that exposes your middle order and your lower order. So I think if one of the two batsmen would have gone on to make a 30 or a 40, it would have set up Johnny Bairstow and the other guys to come on later and then really finish the game. So I think that was the big difference in the chase that SRH would be looking and working upon in the upcoming matches.
Well, but the positives are Bairstow went bonkers. For all we know, what he saw was something miraculous and remarkable because the way he batted, he as if he just continued batting from that England series against India, named man of the series in that tournament, and still continuing this sublime run. And he batted like he felt no pressure at all, playing all his shots, playing as straight as he could. That was something fantastic.
Yes, I mean the kind of batting that he did, coming up front, first holding, keeping their wickets, batting slowly, and then pacing the innings in such a way to score his 55 runs. I think he's done his bit for his team, and it would have been great to see him continue. I think till the time that Johnny Bairstow was batting along with Manish Pandey, SRH clearly looked like the favorites. They were easily cruising at 9, 10, 11 runs and over. They were scoring with their boundaries and running between the wickets. Sadly, he went out, and then the lower middle order of Nabi and Vijay Shankar had come to the fore. So Johnny Bairstow was somebody who could have really put them over the line. Sadly, it didn't happen this time, but a lot of positive for SRH because their middle order looks extremely strong.
Despite a poor start, we saw Pandeyji coming into the act and action. He has been an excellent player for Sunrisers Hyderabad, and so has he been an excellent player for KKR, playing against his former team, from which he has played for a long time and has won an IPL, playing for KKR in 2014. Before that, he has been very consistent for Royal Challengers Bangalore, was the first Indian to get 100 in the IPL. So he has had his share of different franchises, but now playing for Sunrisers Hyderabad, he is a key batsman in this batting lineup coming in at number three. He has a lot of responsibility as well. And today he really came out flourishing and batted really well, played the balls on the merit, and in the end he was not out till the very last ball, if I'm not wrong, and he played really well for a 61. But he just needed a bit of support from the other end, I think, and it would have been even better, and the chase was set.
Absolutely, I think Manish Pandey coming one down is very good for the SRH team, who generally have a lot of hard hitters. I think Manish Pandey brings that class and finesse and the role of a sheet anchor, which is very very important for this team to hold their wickets and keep their wickets. So I think he did just that. He was batting in tandem along with Johnny Bairstow, gave him a good support, good running between the wickets. In the end, also he tried his level best. He's not known to be the best hitter of the ball, but he can definitely sheet anchor your squad right from the second, third over till the 14th, 15th over, which he really did towards the end. So I mean, Manish Pandey is an excellent player and an addition to the Hyderabad side. He should continue with this kind of form. I think with David Warner playing up front, this squad will be able to chase scores like these in the future.
Exactly. And coming to the KKR bowling now. Oh, here's the scorecard. After 20 overs, Kolkata managed 187, and in reply, falling 10 runs short were the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Manish Pandey with a blistering 61 of 44 not out. Prasidh Krishna, Pat Cummins, Andre Russell all among the wickets. After this brilliant, match, after you finish watching this match, you wonder that how important is it to remain calm and composed, because what we saw was Owen Morgan had a decision to make whether to continue with the veteran Harbhajan Singh, because he had bowled only the 1 over and he was fantastic. As you said, there was a dropped catch by Pat Cummins in the first over. So
Yep.
he had built a lot of pressure on the Sunrisers batsman. But then Owen Morgan has to take that tough call whether he has to give him the bowling in the end or no. And then it worked out very well for him, because Andre Russell, as you said, he's a very good all rounder who can chip in with some good overs in the death, and that's what he did.
Yes, I think I'm quite happy with the way Owen Morgan went along with the captaincy. Not giving Harbhajan another over could be an internal call that they would have taken purely because Shakib was bowling so well. Shakib bowled with an economy of around 8.5, and he bowled brilliantly along with Varun Chakravarti, who you know is like the mystery bowler. So maybe Harbhajan Singh could have been slogged later on, could be the reason why he was not bowled. But overall, KKR as a bowling unit was excellent. Andre Russell was slightly expensive towards the end, but then yes, they were also slogging and they needed all those 17, 18, 20 runs and over. But all the others have bowled extremely well. I think they've stuck to their task. From the they also kept their calm in spite of Johnny Bairstow and Manish Pandey having a very good partnership. So I think I would give it to the KKR bowlers for holding their nerve today.
Yes, and also the most important thing out of this match, what are your thoughts on this, Salil? Abdul Samad, this young lad who you said you would put your money on, you were bang on right. He came in eight balls, I think 19 or 20 odd not out, and he whacked Pat Cummins, one of the best bowlers in the world, the best test bowler in the world, and he whacked him out straight for two sixes back to back. So, what kind of mentality does it show from this guy's perspective? And do you think that this guy should have been sent ahead of Vijay Shankar, given the fact that Vijay Shankar is just a batsman who can just maneuver or just guide an innings, and he cannot go all guns blazing like Abdul Samad did?
I agree with everything you say, Yash, and I was about to come to that point. I think the biggest, I think one calculation error that that the SRH team did was to send Vijay Shankar ahead of Abdul Samad. I think if he would have had those 2 3 overs, there would have been a better chance because with just 2 3 overs, he just came in and started hitting the ball so nicely. He could have got a hand on or a couple of overs of the spinners as well. While they were bowling the 16th and the 15th and 16th over. So I think that was another calculation error that SRH would want to look at. Maybe Vijay Shankar, they thought that with the experience they have, he could have done better. But I think Abdul Samad really, they should take their chances with the gem of this player.
So some great comment coming here. Prasidh Krishna, Abdul Samad deserves much better. What a performance. Talking about Prasidh Krishna, because he just made a debut for India and he just got his Indian cap in the one day side, and he's been performing really well through these years in IPL and in the domestic circuit. People like him need to keep their composure and need to be always present and alert when they are bowling, because they need to be sure as to what they are going to do. Their plan needs to be right, because for a fast bowler, you have no room for error. Given the boundaries getting shorter, the bats are not getting any smaller. So the everything is going against a bowler. So being a person who is so young and so inexperienced and just played for India, so how much of a pressure is that for any player in general?
I think that's quite more than the pressure. It is about coming to the occasion and performing. Prasidh Krishna and all the young guys, they relish these kind of moments. He's bowled four wides today, but the kind of variation that he was bowling in the slower ball in which he got
Yeah.
Nabi out, I think he got all the confidence from on Morgan to do his experimental bowling, and I think that worked. I think he ended up with an economy of 8.7, which is way below the required run rate, and I think he's done great for his side. Bowling in the power play, bowling towards the end. He's a brilliant player to keep, and I think a lot to come from him as well. He's got 2 wickets today.
And also having Pat Cummins on the other end definitely gives you a lot of confidence that you have to do well, because Pat Cummins is a person everyone looks up to, every fast bowler's dream to bowl aside with. And coming to the final thing, the next match Mumbai are playing KKR. KKR is playing against Mumbai, and Hyderabad is going to play Royal Challengers Bangalore. So two of the most tough fixtures for them, because KKR, although they've got a win under their belt, Mumbai are not going to get them go easy. Mumbai is a very good side, and for
Yeah.
Hyderabad as well, coming to Bangalore, because Bangalore is going to be another great side. They've already won a game, so much pressure on these two teams already.
See, I think this is going to start, right. Every after every match, there is going to be a speculation about how are they going to play the next team. Now, whether the next team has come out winning or losing is another thing. Whether they have a streak or no, we'll know after they finish 3 or 4 matches. So
Yeah.
I think every match is important, and any team that has lost, whether it is a SRH or a Mumbai Indians, they will not be thinking about this loss so much. They know there were only a few things that they need to tweak for their team to come back on top, because when they click and they win the matches, then all these discussions are thrown down the drain. So I'm quite confident that all these matches are going to be cracker of matches, and they'll be in a position to give us some really good entertainment.
Sunil, a lot of positives for both the teams today to take, especially for the KKR bunch, because they've got Prasidh Krishna who bowled really well. Andre Russell rose up to the occasion in the end, although he was expensive, like you said, but he was good. Harbhajan Singh, although he just bowled that 1 over, he was definitely bang on money. Didn't look like he was rusty. Also, the fact that Nitish Rana batted really well, and so did Rahul Tripathi. So, a few great talking points for the KKR camp to look back and say that they had a positive day and they had a great day today.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. I think they got nothing wrong today. They batted well. Their top order batted brilliantly. They finished brilliantly. They bowled brilliantly. There's no doubt that KKR will be quite happy the way that they're going. They'd like to keep it simple and everybody to stick to their roles and responsibilities in the team. And I think Owen Morgan has a very calming effect on this team. You've not seen him flinch an
Absolutely.
eyebrow, during the entire time where Johnny Bairstow and Manish Pandey is batting. I think that's one strong character, that is displayed by a captain. He's not scared at all. He knows his team knows what to do. At the end, he's a numbers guy. He knows how many runs are
Yes.
required and how many bowlers can give how many runs and defend it. So I think they've got their formula right, and by starting off the tournament with a win is an added boost to their campaign this year.
Anyone would want that. KKR played systematically, just like you said earlier. They were very good, they were very clinical, and nothing wrong in their performance. So, an amazing day for both the teams. Abdul Samad also a great find for them. And it is going to be an interesting game tomorrow as well, as we move on to Rajasthan Royals playing on the Punjab Kings, the revamped Punjab Kings with a new name. Hopefully, this name will also give them the success that Delhi Capitals got a couple of seasons ago, qualifying for two playoffs back to back, and Punjab
Yeah.
Kings with KL Rahul and Sanju Samson captaining the Rajasthan team for the first time. It's going to be an interesting match. So we all will see you tomorrow. Salil, thank you so much for coming today,
Thank you,
and
Yash.
that's it for today. Thank you. Good night.